Hey everyone, today is Monday, September 27th. This is the last and final day of our vacation. We're currently at the airport. So this is another Jessica and Josiah review. You can see what Josiah is doing. But yes, this is another review of our vacation. All right, so I'll get started really quickly because like I said, we're at the airport, so you might hear like different interruptions throughout, but that's okay. When we first got there, so the resort that we stayed at was Hilton Head, Sonesta Hilton Head Resort. This is a resort, ladies and gentlemen. So we get there the first day, we got here on Friday, I think it was the 23rd or the 24th, I can't remember. But anyway, so we got there on Friday, going to check in, and the guy says, "Oh, we gave your room away." So right away, me and Josiah are like, "What do you mean? Like, we made a reservation. We wanted a king size bed, such and such floor, view, everything, blah, blah, blah." So he's like, "Oh, your room is not ready." Then I guess he checked again and was like, "The room not ready." So we like, all right, no problem. Just however long it takes to wait. We just going with the flow, just flexible, trying to be flexible. So the guy checks some more stuff. Now all of a sudden it's a room ready. So after that, so that was a little hiccup. Then we get to the room. The phone don't work. The phone doesn't work in the room. The toilet does not flush in the room. There's a dent in the wall in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, we were very disappointed.
We paid some. I paid some.
Yeah, it was a lot of money. It was like the hotel was $200 a night. Nothing was included. So you had to pay for your food, drinks, everything. You had to pay for it separately. So, we get to the room. It's all these complications. I'm like, for the money that you pay, it's just like, it was just really disappointing.
And the food was basic though.
The food was not that good either. It was like,
that steak was like,
But now let's also do a disclaimer. Congratulations to Danny and Nicole. We came down here for their wedding. That was beautiful, wonderful, no problem, no issue. Our issue was simply with the resort. If I had to give a recommendation, I would not come back to this resort. I just wouldn't come back for the price that you pay. I really don't think you get what you deserve. Nothing was included. People were allowed, no offense to people with kids. You guys know I love kids. I'm a first grade teacher, so I love kids, love being around kids. But the thing about it is, when I go on vacation, I don't want to be around that. I feel like that sounds so horrible. I can't believe I just said that. But when I go on vacation, I don't want it to be any kids. I don't want to see any pets. And that kind of took away from it too. The experience at the resort. Kids were welcome, so they were running around kind of, it was just like, okay, like, all right. And then you can bring your pets. It's a pet-friendly resort. So if you have a dog, cat, whatever the case may be, they accept pets there. So that's great for pet lovers. If you want to bring your kids out here. It was a very beautiful resort. We went bike riding. We saw a crocodile. I would just say
the alligator was crazy.
Oh, alligator. I think I said crocodile. Whichever one. We saw it. I'll put that video in the clip as well. Overall, I will say the beauty of the resort. It was, no trash on the ground. I mean, it's just breathtaking views, like fresh air. The service was great. The people that did work at the resort were very nice, very friendly. Everything we needed or asked for, we did receive. But the hotel room, it just was like, it just didn't give what it was supposed to give. It was just very, very lacking. It was very Comfort Inn, giving Comfort Inn, Holiday Inn. It just wasn't. That wasn't the resort. That wasn't it. And then especially when you think about, how much money you pay, you would think you would have like top-notch service. Then the tub was dirty when we got there. So we had to get somebody to come clean the tub. It was because Josiah was like, "What's that brown stuff in the tub?" I'm like, "I don't know." So we had to get somebody to do that, I guess. I don't know. But any good things, Josiah, you want to say?
I mean, the overall complex was nice.
That's what I was saying. The scenery.
The complex was like the scenery.
The fresh air, the different animals and birds that you can see, turtles.
Yeah, the beach was wonderful.
The beach was beautiful.
I mean, if that's what I was paying for, I mean, I can with the Wildwood for that. We can with New Jersey, or you went to Ocean City, or Virginia Beach.
It was given very like low. I don't know. I don't want to say low budget. I don't know.
It was low budget. I mean, because if you compare it to like other resort standards, I mean, okay, I can deal with not paying. I can deal with paying for everything. I'm okay with that.
Right.
But the whole hotel itself was terrible. Like most resorts, even resorts in like Jamaica or the islands, they take pride in the rooms. We already know that some of the buildings are old, but they take pride in live in the room. Like, we didn't get that. I feel like we paid all that money for a fancy Holiday Inn with a beach.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. I mean,
if you want to try,
wasn't a cheap stay. I mean, that is true. I don't think. I mean, but I don't think the money was spent was worth
what you got.
Exactly.
But if you feel free to try for yourself. Like I said, this is Sonesta Resort, Hilton Head, South Carolina. But other than that, when we went off, Friday for Nicole's bachelorette, we went off of the resort.
Then everything on the island closes at 10 o'clock. Everything closes at 10 o'clock.
A lot of people,
drinks, transportation, everything's over at 10 o'clock. There's nothing to do at 10 o'clock.
And then I would suggest renting a car. If you do come out here, get a car rental because it's really tricky to get around. But like I said, when we went out for Nicole's bachelorette, we did a wine tasting. That was wonderful. It was the Carolina tasting room. That was so much fun. Then we went to eat. We went to this seafood restaurant. I think it was called Ella's. So that was wonderful, very romantic. The food was delicious. Service was great. So that was good, going off of the resort. But like we said earlier, the food on the resort was very...
wasn't enticing, I put it like that.
It was basic seasoning. It was just, you could cook the food, bacon, eggs, potatoes. What else did we eat? It was like French fries. I got some fish tacos yesterday at the pool.
And that steak I don't even eat steak, but I tried to give it a shot. And that was like chewy.
Steak wasn't, the food was not the best. Just to compare it, because we went to Jamaica in April, and just to compare it to this, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this resort a 3 or 4, with 10 being the highest. I would give the resort...
Well, they only do a 5-point rating scale. So if it was on,
I would give a 2. I would give a 2.
I would give it a hard 3.2.
And I would not come back. They don't have to worry about me.
But on the contrary, I would come out here to buy a house. The homes on the beaches are wonderful. And
maybe, I don't know, wonder if they have Airbnb or something like that. But that resort,
they have wonderful homes on the beach.
If they have something else that's available, yes, I would come back. But other than that, nope. Any closing words? That's really it. We said everything that was in the
Cowabunga dudes.
Stuff closes at 10. Everything closes at 10. Make sure you rent a car. That's it. I mean, you can try it out, check it out for yourself. You be the judge. But in my personal opinion, Josiah's opinion, I would not recommend this. I wouldn't come back. Wish everybody the best. Had a wonderful time at the wedding, but the resort... All right, so thank you everyone for tuning in.
Love you, Daniel and Nicole. It's not y'all fault. Y'all picked something that was comedy for everybody, but...
All right, bye-bye. I also forgot to say that if you don't have Verizon, if you have any other cell phone service provider other than Verizon, you will not get good service. Service is horrible out here. You can barely use the internet. Even with the internet passcode, service is very spotty unless you have Verizon, which means you pay $1 million a month and you get service everywhere. But internet service, cell phone service was really bad out here. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I'm just sharing all the pros and cons to what occurred during our stay. You guys, right here on live TV. Stop. Josiah, no, seriously. You guys, stop cursing. Please, my church family, please do not judge. My husband curses from time to time. You guys, it's an alligator. Can y'all see that? That is crazy.
National Geographic's alligator.
I cannot believe this.
That's a whole alligator.
Can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom in.
Oh, it's moving.
Oh, shoot! Oh, my God! Joseph. Oh, snap! I cannot believe this. They really have real live alligators, turtles, swans. We almost sat right here.